In the quiet town of Valdosta, Georgia, an unexpected tragedy would soon shake the community to its core. The year was 2013, and Kendrick Johnson, a 17-year-old student, was just another face in the crowd at Lowndes High School. Known for his athleticism and warm smile, Kendrick was a beloved son, brother, and friend. But on January 11th, 2013, everything changed. Kendrick Johnson's lifeless body was discovered inside a rolled-up gym mat in the school's old gymnasium. What initially seemed like a tragic accident quickly spiraled into a web of controversy, conflicting reports, and unanswered questions. The case of Kendrick Johnson is not just a story of a young life cut short. It is a tale that delves deep into the heart of justice, race, and community. Today, we unravel the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson. Was it an accident, or was there something more sinister at play? On the morning of January 11th, 2013, the halls of Lowndes High School buzzed with the usual energy of students heading to classes. But in the school's old gymnasium, something was terribly amiss. It was during the early hours that a group of students made a shocking discovery. There, amidst the clutter of sports equipment, they found Kendrick Johnson's lifeless body, partially visible inside a rolled-up gym mat. Panic spread quickly as the students alerted school officials. The initial reactions from the school and local authorities were a mix of disbelief and urgency. The Valdosta Lowndes Regional Crime Laboratory was called in, and the scene was cordoned off. School administrators were visibly shaken, grappling with the horror of the situation and the potential impact on the student body. The local sheriff's office arrived shortly thereafter, treating the scene with the gravity it deserved. Despite the chaotic atmosphere, the initial assessment from authorities was swift. They concluded that Kendrick's death was a tragic accident, theorizing that he had climbed into the mat to retrieve a pair of shoes and became trapped. This explanation, however, did little to quell the growing unease among Kendrick's family and friends. The scene was set for a deeper investigation, one that would raise more questions than answers and cast a long shadow over Valdosta. As the school and community tried to process the tragedy, Kendrick's family began their own quest for answers. The discovery of Kendrick Johnson's body marked the beginning of a painful journey for his loved ones, one fraught with suspicion, heartbreak, and a relentless pursuit of the truth. What really happened in that gymnasium? The story was far from over. As the shock of Kendrick Johnson's discovery began to settle, the focus turned to understanding how such a tragedy could have occurred. Local law enforcement quickly mobilized, treating the gymnasium as a potential crime scene. Officers meticulously documented the area, taking photographs, collecting evidence, and interviewing students and staff who might have seen or heard anything unusual. The initial autopsy, conducted by the Valdosta Lowndes Regional Crime Laboratory, aimed to provide clarity. The results were disconcerting. The medical examiner concluded that Kendrick had died from positional asphyxia. Essentially, he was unable to breathe due to the position he was in within the mat. This finding supported the theory that Kendrick had accidentally fallen into the mat while trying to retrieve a pair of shoes and suffocated. Despite these conclusions, inconsistencies and puzzling details began to emerge. The autopsy report noted the absence of significant injuries that would suggest a struggle or foul play. However, Kendrick's family was not convinced. They raised questions about the thoroughness of the investigation and the accuracy of the autopsy results. Why had Kendrick's organs been removed and not returned? Why were there discrepancies in the surveillance footage from the gymnasium? These questions cast a shadow over the official ruling of accidental death. For Kendrick's family, the quest for answers had only just begun. They refused to accept the notion that their son's death was a simple accident and vowed to uncover the truth, no matter how long it took. As the investigation continued, the community of Valdosta found itself at the center of a growing controversy. The initial steps taken by law enforcement and the autopsy results were just the beginning of a complex and emotionally charged journey. The search for justice for Kendrick Johnson was far from over, and the story was only becoming more tangled with each passing day. As the official reports painted a picture of a tragic accident, Kendrick Johnson's family was far from convinced. They were determined to challenge the narrative and uncover the truth behind their son's death. The Johnsons, a tight-knit family, were thrust into the spotlight as they publicly voiced their doubts and frustrations. Kendrick's parents, Jackie and Kenneth Johnson, were vocal about their skepticism. They questioned why their son's organs had been removed and not returned, and why the surveillance footage from the school's gymnasium had discrepancies. Their relentless pursuit of answers led them to seek a second autopsy, conducted by an independent pathologist. The findings of this second autopsy were shocking and only added fuel to their quest for justice. Unlike the initial report, which concluded that Kendrick had died from positional asphyxia, the independent autopsy revealed unexplained bruises and blunt force trauma. These new findings suggested that Kendrick's death might not have been an accident at all. The Johnsons took their fight to the public, holding press conferences, organizing rallies, and using social media to spread awareness. Their unwavering determination garnered national attention, drawing support from civil rights activists and the community at large. Their message was clear. They would not rest until they uncovered the truth about what happened to Kendrick Johnson. As the family continued to challenge the official reports, the controversy surrounding Kendrick's death deepened. The discrepancies between the two autopsies raised serious questions about the initial investigation and whether all avenues had been thoroughly explored. The family's fight for justice became a symbol of the broader struggle against systemic issues within the justice system. With each passing day, the Johnsons' resolve only grew stronger. For them, this was not just about their son. It was about ensuring that no other family would have to endure the same pain and uncertainty. Their relentless pursuit of truth and justice kept Kendrick's story alive and in the public eye. In the face of adversity, the Johnson family's fight for justice continued, shedding light on the unanswered questions and inconsistencies that surrounded Kendrick's death. Their journey was far from over, and the search for the truth was only becoming more urgent. In their unwavering quest for justice, Kendrick Johnson's family sought a second autopsy, hoping to uncover the truth that the initial investigation seemed to obscure. Conducted by an independent pathologist, the second autopsy brought to light findings that would shake the very foundation of the case. Unlike the first autopsy, which concluded that Kendrick had died from positional asphyxia, a tragic accident where he supposedly suffocated while reaching for a shoe inside a rolled-up gym mat, the second autopsy revealed a different story. The pathologist discovered unexplained bruises and signs of blunt force trauma on Kendrick's body, suggesting that his death may not have been an accident at all. These findings raise serious questions about the thoroughness and accuracy of the initial investigation. How could such significant injuries be overlooked? Why did the first autopsy fail to account for these crucial details? Moreover, the second autopsy noted the disturbing fact that Kendrick's organs were missing, replaced with newspaper. The Johnson family was rightfully outraged and demanded answers. How could such a gross mishandling of his body occur, and what did it imply about the integrity of the investigation? This stark contrast between the two autopsies fueled the Johnson family's determination. The new evidence of potential foul play and the mishandling of Kendrick's body only deepened their resolve to seek justice and accountability. As the family continued to challenge the official narrative, the inconsistencies between the two autopsies became a focal point of their fight for truth. The findings of the second autopsy not only cast doubt on the initial conclusion, but also suggested a darker, more sinister possibility, one that the Johnson family and their supporters were determined to bring to light. With each revelation, the search for the truth about Kendrick Johnson's death became more urgent, and the call for justice grew louder. The family's relentless pursuit continued to shed light on the unanswered questions and potential cover-up that surrounded Kendrick's mysterious death. As the case of Kendrick Johnson's mysterious death gained national attention, a multitude of theories and speculations began to surface. These theories ranged from foul play involving fellow students to a more sinister cover-up orchestrated by individuals with power and influence. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence fueling these theories is the discrepancies found in the school's surveillance footage. Multiple cameras that should have captured crucial moments in the gym were either malfunctioning or had missing timestamps, raising suspicions about potential tampering. Why were these gaps in the footage present, and who might have had the motive and means to alter it? Witness statements also added layers of complexity to the case. Some students reported hearing sounds of a struggle, while others claimed to have seen Kendrick in the company of individuals who had a history of conflict with him. These accounts, although fragmented, painted a picture that was starkly different from the official narrative of an accidental death. Moreover, the second autopsy's findings of blunt force trauma and the shocking discovery that Kendrick's organs were replaced with newspaper led many to question the integrity of the initial investigation. Could these be signs of a deliberate attempt to obscure the truth? Several theories suggest that Kendrick was the victim of a violent altercation that was subsequently covered up to protect those involved. Others speculate that there might have been a broader conspiracy to prevent the true circumstances of his death from coming to light, possibly involving school officials or even law enforcement. As these theories continue to be debated, the Johnson family and their supporters remain steadfast in their pursuit of justice. Each piece of evidence, each testimony, and each unanswered question only deepens the mystery surrounding Kendrick Johnson's death. The call for a thorough and transparent investigation grows louder as the public demands to know what really happened to Kendrick Johnson. As the Johnson family navigated the labyrinth of legal battles in their quest for justice, their journey became emblematic of a larger, systemic struggle. From filing lawsuits against the school and local authorities to petitioning for federal investigations, their relentless pursuit highlighted the numerous obstacles families often face in cases shrouded in controversy and potential cover-ups. Despite facing multiple setbacks, including dismissed cases and appeals, their resolve never wavered. The family's legal fight brought to light critical issues within the justice system, challenging its transparency and accountability. The broader social impact of Kendrick Johnson's case rippled through communities across the nation. Vigils, protests, and rallies were organized, with supporters demanding answers and justice for Kendrick. The case also garnered significant media attention, with numerous outlets covering the story and raising awareness about the inconsistencies and unanswered questions surrounding Kendrick's death. Social media played a crucial role in amplifying the family's voice, with hashtags and online campaigns keeping the case in the public eye and ensuring that it was not forgotten. Moreover, Kendrick's case sparked important conversations about race, justice, and the value of young Black lives in America. It highlighted the disparities in how cases are handled and the need for systemic change to ensure that every family receives a fair and thorough investigation. As the Johnson family continues their fight, their story serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of perseverance, community support, and the ongoing struggle for justice. As we bring you up to date with Kendrick Johnson's case, it's clear that the fight for justice is far from over. In recent months, new developments have emerged, reigniting public interest and hope for the Johnson family. In 2021, the Lowndes County Sheriff's Office announced the reopening of Kendrick Johnson's case, citing new evidence that warranted a fresh investigation. This decision followed years of persistent efforts by the Johnson family and their supporters to keep the case in the spotlight. The renewed investigation aims to re-examine all available evidence, including previously overlooked details and witness testimonies, to determine if foul play was indeed involved. Ongoing legal proceedings have also seen new motions filed and hearings scheduled, as the family continues to pursue justice through every possible legal avenue. They have not only sought answers but also accountability for what they believe to be a mishandling of the initial investigation. Supporters and activists remain vigilant, organizing events and online campaigns to maintain pressure on authorities and ensure that Kendrick's case does not fade into obscurity. The community's unwavering support has been instrumental in keeping the case alive, showcasing the power of collective action in the pursuit of justice. As we continue to follow this case, we will keep you informed of any further developments. The journey for truth and justice is long and arduous, but the resilience of Kendrick Johnson's family and the community's solidarity offer hope that answers will eventually come to light. As we reach the conclusion of our investigation into Kendrick Johnson's mysterious death, several key points stand out. From the discovery of his body in a rolled-up gym mat to the controversial findings of the second autopsy, every detail raises more questions than answers. Theories and speculations have swirled, from accidental death to allegations of a cover-up, each adding layers of complexity to the case. The Johnson family's relentless fight for justice has been nothing short of inspiring. Their determination has led to the reopening of the case and renewed hope that the truth will eventually come to light. Legal battles continue, with new evidence and testimonies being scrutinized in the quest for accountability. The social impact of Kendrick's case cannot be understated. It has mobilized a community, drawn national attention, and highlighted the power of collective action. Through vigils, protests, and online campaigns, supporters have kept the pressure on authorities, ensuring that Kendrick's story remains in the public eye. Reflecting on this journey, it's evident that the quest for truth and justice is far from over. The resilience of Kendrick Johnson's family and the unwavering support from the community offer a glimmer of hope. As we continue to follow this case, we remain committed to uncovering the truth and seeking justice for Kendrick. As we wrap up this in-depth look into the mysterious death of Kendrick Johnson, we urge you to take action. This case is not just a story, it's a call for justice and accountability. Discuss Kendrick's story with your friends and family. Share this video and use your social media platforms to spread awareness. The more people know, the harder it becomes for the truth to be buried. If you want to dive deeper into this case, there are several documentaries, books, and articles that provide comprehensive analyses and first-hand accounts. Finding Kendrick Johnson, a documentary by Jason Pollock, offers an eye-opening perspective on the investigation. Books like Kendrick Johnson, Unsolved Mystery by Charles River Editors provide a detailed timeline and exploration of theories. Numerous articles from reputable sources like the New York Times, CNN, and the Washington Post have covered this case extensively, offering various angles and updates. By staying informed and engaged, you become a part of the movement for justice. Every voice counts in the quest for truth. Together, we can keep Kendrick Johnson's story alive and push for the justice he deserves. Thank you for your support and for being part of this important conversation.